Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding this video or any other video that I have posted in the past. I will be able to answer you more thoroughly through email. Recently, I came across this carbon steel wok, which is a very nice carbon steel wok, but it has a non-stick coating on the surface. Now, when I first saw this wok, I actually bought it and tried it out. In fact, I posted a video earlier and suggested for people who would like to have a wok with a non-stick coating, which I would call it a Teflon wok, this might be a wok to consider. But recently, somebody wrote me and told me that that is a terrible recommendations. And after I thought about it, I decided I would post the video again. And I think it was a terrible recommendation. I'm going to take it back. In fact, I would now provide a recommendation is that under no circumstances that you should buy a wok with non-stick coating. Now, I should follow this recommendation right from the start because I have my personal experience with wok with non-stick coating because I cooked with one for over 15 years. In fact, a correction should be made because in one of my trips down to my basement, I discovered that I have 7 of this type of woks. The reason that I have so many because they do not last very long, and on average about every 2 years I need to replace a new one. The primary reason is the Teflon or the non-stick coating on the surface of the wok will start to wear off. And once they wear off, there's not a whole lot you can do because food is going to start stick to it, and pretty soon you just simply need to throw them away. I was too cheap to just put them into the garbage because I was hoping that someday I can make some use out of them. Because other than the Teflon coating, the wok actually still very functional. Here is a brand new wok with non-stick coating. In this case, the coating is Teflon. There are many other type of coatings now available. However, they all work pretty much the same. And what I mean by work pretty much the same is that you can scratch them easily. And in time, after you use it for a while, the non-stick coating will start to wear off. And then, of course, food will start to stick to the bare metal surface of the wok. Now, there are many advice on how to preserve the non-stick coating of the wok. And some of these advices actually were talked about in this article. And it's that the 10 common mistakes that will ruin your non-stick wok, in this case, or any type of non-stick cookware. In fact, some of the advice on this list were quite surprising to me, although some are very familiar. Of course, we all know that you should not use any metal utensils. But I was really quite surprised is that never preheat the wok while you're empty. Now, most of the time, we want to heat up the oil, and quite often you want to heat up the wok first before you add the oil. So this is something that I did not follow. And number 3, using the cooking oil spray is not good for wok with a non-stick coating. Again, that was somewhat surprising to me. I wonder why this is the case, and I'm never quite sure. And number 4 is never use it for high heat cooking. Now, unfortunately, this advice does not fit well with stir frying, which usually prefer with high heat cooking. And number 5, again, this is somewhat unexpected to me, is that never pay too much. Now, there are a great deal of differences in prices between woks with different type of non-stick coating. Some of them are made of Teflon or different types of Teflon, and the price difference could be quite significant. You can buy something as little as maybe $10 versus some wok with non-stick coating that costs as much as several $100s. And number 6, it suggests that you should never rinse it with cold water, particularly after you just finish cooking with it. The sudden temperature change can have adverse effect on the non-stick coating. And number 7, of course, never wash in the dishwasher. That is something that quite obvious. And most of the time, you probably would not want to wash in the dishwasher because if you have a wok like this, which is a 14-inch wok, it would be too big to fit into the dishwasher. And number 8, never use it for food storage. Well, I guess this is not something what I would do and what most people would do. Why would you want to store food in a wok? But with some other cookware, you might want to do that. Number 9 is that never stack them. Well, that also makes sense because a lot of time when you stack them, there's a much greater likelihood for you to scratch the surface of the wok. So not stacking them is definitely a good advice. Now, number 10, which seems to make a lot of sense, is that never use it if the coating starts to peel. Yeah, of course, because if the coating starts to peel, it will not have the non-stick property and food will stick to it. Then you defeat all the purpose to having a wok with non-stick coating. Now, if you would like to learn more about some of this advice, you can take a look at this site, where is the article originated from. Now, in addition to this site, there are many other sites provide recommendations of how to use a wok with non-stick coating. And when I find this wok, I think one thing was very clear to me is that there could be a great difference in terms of the price range. In this case, this is a carbon steel wok with a non-stick coating. Now, to me, it seems to be what a waste for a carbon steel wok to have non-stick coating, because when you have a carbon steel wok with natural surface, this wok can be seasoned easily using my spot seasoning method. The end result is that I personally find it somewhat surprising, first of all, how inexpensive this wok is. It costs only $13. It's a very well constructed wok. The carbon steel is a heavy gauge carbon steel, and if it's just the carbon steel without the non-stick coating, this wok will be an excellent wok. The handle of the wok is very nicely constructed. It actually is not a wood handle, but it doesn't matter. It will probably do the job. And the wok is about the same type of weight that you would expect it with a carbon steel wok, which is about 3 pounds 14 ounces. Like I said, it is a wok with a heavy gauge carbon steel. And it's like any other wok with non-stick coating, it works really well. It fries the egg without the egg having to stick to the surface, and afterward it is very easy to clean. I took the advice. I let the wok cool first before I wash the wok, and I wash the wok with lukewarm water, and it's very easily to be cleaned. Now, so the end result is that you can see a wok like this. As soon as you bring it back from the store, you can fry an egg in it, and the egg will not stick to it at all. And here is one of the great attractions of having wok with non-stick coating, or any cookware with non-stick coating. You don't have to worry about the wok in sticking. However, this type of non-stick coating do not last, and there are many restrictions that seems to place on how you can use this wok. And the reason that I have so many woks in my basement over a 15-year period is simply because after I use them, usually in about 2 years, I will have problem. The peeling of the non-stick coating starts slowly. In the beginning, usually just a small area, and that small area, a lot of time, food will start stick to it, and cleaning this area could become quite challenging. So I actually end up more time trying to figure out how to clean a wok with non-stick coating because of the scratch. Now I have food stick to it, and eventually this gets worse to the point I cannot use it anymore. Now, when the wok is new, it works extremely well, as shown in here. I cook an egg omelette. I have no problem having the egg stick to the surface of the wok, and that definitely makes it very easy to use such a wok. In order not to scratch the wok, I use a silicone wok spatula. Now, there are many other type of wok spatula that you can buy, such as wood or plastic. Now, However, I discover almost any type of wok spatula that you use, in time, it will leave scratch mark on the surface of the wok. As indicated, there are many factors responsible for scratching the surface of the wok, even you use something that is very soft. So using a wok with a Teflon coating or any other type of non-stick coating can be really frustrating because you have to be extremely careful how you handle in using this wok. And it is really unfortunate that this wok has a non-stick coating on the surface. Otherwise, this would have been an excellent wok. So when you purchase a wok, whether it is carbon steel or stainless steel, you need to be careful. Make sure you purchase a wok that are without non-stick coating, because many of these woks come in two different versions. One with a bare surface, or what we call a natural surface. Another one, it will come with a non-stick coating, such as Teflon. When you buy a wok with a natural surface, if you learn how to season the wok, such as use my spot seasoning method, you can create a non-stick cooked surface, perform almost exactly the same a wok with Teflon coating or other type of non-stick coating. So I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system and to make home cooking practical, efficient, and creative and fun, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.